Hi, everybody. It's about 5:20 on a Thursday evening, and based on what I've been reading from some of the rough drafts and hearing and talking about during peer review sessions, I have a few things that I want to sit down and record a discussion on really quickly for posterity. The first thing I want to talk about is to make sure that you're focusing on the genre itself rather than the content. I know it can be tempting to want to explain everything you know on a certain subject or to teach yourself some new things and then share that with everybody else. But that's not what we're doing right now. We're going to get to that when it comes to our literature review, which will be the next essay we write, where you'll take several different articles and synthesize an overall understanding of a topic. But right now, what we're trying to do is understand the conventions and expectations that are present within a certain genre. What I want you to do is I want you to imagine that you're planning on writing something in the same vein as the two articles you picked. Imagine you just had a brilliant discovery or made a new idea and you want to get that out there. You could write however you want, but is that going to target the audience that you want? Your audience is going to have specific needs and expectations, and they're probably going to have read things similar to what you're writing before. So they're going to have all this baggage, these expectations about what it means to actually be part of the genre that you're trying to add to in this hypothetical. The goal of our genre analysis is to understand those conventions and those audience expectations so that when you go to write in this field, you'll be able to. If you don't, let's say you want to publish an article in a scholarly journal. If you don't, your peer reviewer might say, no, this doesn't look like something that I want published in my journal. People who are reading your article might say, it doesn't look like this person knows anything about this genre. Um, they must not know this field or they would have written it like how everybody else writes it. What we're trying to do is learn how to write in a way that people can accept more easily. The next thing I want to talk about is the use of full titles. A lot of people refer to the articles in their full title, and these titles can be pretty long. Um, so what some people were asking in class was, can I refer to them as Article A or Article B or Article 1 or Article 2? No, you really shouldn't. The better answer is to use the author's last name for each article. So let's say you have two different articles. You're going to first introduce the article, and that first time you can use that full title if you really want. After that, you're going to have the author's last name. So instead of long title, you'll just have last name. If you have two authors, you'll just have two last names. So you'll have, say, Abbott and Costello. If you have an article written by the Three Stooges, there's three of them, Larry, Curly, and Moe, but we're just going to use the first one. So it'll be Larry, and then we're going to use the Latin for and others, et al. So Larry et al. And that's just ET space AL period. You can use that in place of the article's title throughout your essay. Two other things that I want to talk about pretty quickly are one, that you need to discuss how you came up with your conclusions. The most obvious example of this is when people are identifying the audience for an article. People often just want to say that, oh, this article was directed toward teachers or engineers. But how did you come to that conclusion? What tipped you off? Were there certain pieces of jargon or certain expectations that the reader demonstrated somehow that you can point to show these features? On the other hand, you also need to discuss the significance of your findings. So it's not enough just to say the audience is teachers. You have to tell us, how did you decide that the audience was teachers? And what does that mean for writing in this genre? What expectations do teachers then have? So we can build upon that thing that you found out into a slightly bigger discussion of, here's what teachers expect in this article. And these are the sorts of things that I want you to think about with your genre analysis. What is it you found out? How'd you get there? And what does that mean in a grander sense? that is all I want to talk about at this moment. So I will let you guys go.